I want to take a break from the Predator comics to talk about a Predator novel. And we're going to talk about Nathan Archer's adaptation of Concrete Jungle, which you can find in this complete Predator omnibus. Now, this was published through Del Rey in 1995, and it's very much a straight adaptation of the comic that was later called Concrete Jungle, which was kind of the basis for Predator 2. Basically, detectives Schaefer and Rash stumble upon what is thought to be a gangland massacre, but there is trouble afoot. There's a new player in town, and it is hunting humans for sport. It's specifically after Schaefer. Now, this is Dutch's brother, Schaefer, who is a police officer for the NYPD. And yeah, it's pretty much the same as the comic. If you see my comic review, you know what's coming. There are a couple differences. The first being that we get more of Philip's perspective. He is the guy that sends Dutch off on his mission and kind of dooms his entire team. We get more of his perspective on the Yautja and how they really don't know much about them, even though they've been studying them for 8 years. That's the other big thing. There is a big gap between the first Predator movie and Concrete Jungle. Although we aren't talking about the incident in Los Angeles, because this takes place in 1995, whereas that takes place in the far-off future of 1997. So there is no Predator 2 references in this. It's just, if you saw the first movie, here's a sequel to it. And that's how they adapted it. I don't know why the choice was made to change the setting to push it into the 90s, other than it was relevant because this came out in 95 to have it take place in 95. You can't tell the difference. Like, it doesn't feel super 90s. It doesn't feel super 80s either. I mean, the tech's old, but it was going to be old no matter what. I'm reading this in 2024. So some of the stuff they talk about is just going to be old. Yeah, it's fine. It's a fine novel. Here's the thing. I was a fan of this YouTube channel that shall remain nameless for many years. He was a big Alien and Predator fan of like the classic stuff from the 90s. So he got me into this stuff. But he always said that Concrete Jungle, the novel, was hot garbage, basically. And that the video game Concrete Jungle, which basically it's a Predator game that takes place in a city, and that's about it. It's a completely different story whatsoever, was significantly better. I don't know. I think they're about on par with one another. They're just two different stories. But he always said it was hot garbage. And for the longest time, I never bothered to pick these up. Never bothered. And then when this omnibus came out from Titan Books, I picked it up. You know. And I was pretty impressed with Concrete Jungle. It's a fine novel. But then again, this guy also liked Alien the Cold Forge and said it was incredible. So clearly, the two of us are not on the same page. And, that's okay. But it just goes to show you that you should formulate your own opinions on things rather than just follow someone else's opinion and just take it as the gospel. I mean, that's why for so many years everyone hated The Crystal Star by I can't Vonda M. McIntyre, and it's only recently that people are like, this isn't terrible. It's not good, but it's not terrible. It's not the worst thing ever that happened to Star Wars. So, yeah. Anyway, what would I rank this? 3.7 out of 5. It's fine. I'd rather read the comic over this. I think the comic's a little better because you get the kick-ass art, but this is still worth your time. So, anyway, have a good one.